chance than they were down there.
Yeah. Yeah. We kind of opened it up at the end down there.
Coach, as you said, you opened it up there. It was sort of a similar situation until the last 6 minutes. This one, they stayed close. You didn't hit free throws like you would have liked, I'm sure. What was the difference at 6 minutes here compared to down there?
Well, the truth of the matter is to go 24 for 41 from the foul line and turn over 18 times and still win is really pretty remarkable. Obviously, Dennis played very well. I think if we could pass the ball better, I think he could have gotten 40. He did a great job of sealing. I thought it was open quite a few more times than what we actually did get him the ball.
Got another strong game out of Aaron Harris. Nice little stretch he's got going. Can you talk about his play a little bit and having that role as a freshman out there?
Yeah, the battle is to play every play. In the first half, Aaron was really loose with the ball, turned it over. And I got came back the second half and really responded. The good thing about Aaron's not one of those guys who pouts, sulks. He keeps playing. I think that what we've got to be able to get across and get better at is you have to play every play. You can't take plays off. Take plays off. We get a little bit of run going, and then because we don't play every play, they take advantage of it. I mean, people at this level are too good to not play every play.
Did you anticipate this kind of production out of him at the start of the season?
I didn't know. And I thought he was a good player. I thought he was going to be a really good player. I mean, how do you know? If we got Jabari and Gary back, and really for that matter, AB, stayed in practice with us all year. So, you would think those guys would be a little bit ahead just because of the experience factor. But he's learned pretty quickly.
You played Harris and Henderson together for a longer stretch than I remember. Do you like those two on the floor together at the same time?
They've got to do a better job defensively, and they've got to pass the ball better. I think you noticed when Dennis didn't get the ball when they were in the game together. Dennis has got to get the ball. They've got to learn. They've got to continue to work and expand their games. But putting those two guys on the floor, the way they both have the ability to make shots is where we got to get to. But at the same time, they got to be able to throw it to the big fellow whenever he's open and guard their guy. Guys are just we're very inquisitive. I'm just amazed at how many questions.
Was it difficult to make that decision? Because obviously you went on a run when they were together in the first half. But just as obviously Dennis was, pretty much unguardable when he got the ball down low. Was it tough to?
I mean, let's be honest. Those of you who have watched all the games know that the guy who was throwing the ball at Dennis the best lately has been Gary Brown. Gary Brown's our best defender, and Gary Brown has done the best job of getting Dennis the ball. And so it's a tough thing to take Gary out, and when he's the guy who's delivered the ball to Dennis. And the other thing is, when you're 24 for 41, Gary is also an 85% free throw shooter. So it's a matter of what do you think's the best thing to do? I mean, I let Gary in the second half did a really good job defensively, and think back about, the guy who got Dennis the ball the most was Gary Brown. He's the guy that we've kind of counted on to get him the ball. He's going to play 4 guards.
Coach, their last possession, were you sure they were probably going to try to shoot a 3? What was your thought?
I don't know that they absolutely wanted to shoot a 3. I wanted to switch everything. We switched every cross. And I think they ran that close the gate deal with those 2 guys, and we switched it out. And did a good job of denying the shooter coming off of that. And the guy got it. And just looking at the reaction of the bench, that's not what they wanted. But we took away what they really wanted to do by switching everything out. I just wanted to switch every cross and try to put enough pressure on the ball that, you know, they didn't shoot a 3 and make it. I mean, worst case scenario was for overtime. Try to win.
Were you surprised they took the timeout there with 9 seconds? It seemed like they had some numbers to potentially get a fast break there off the rebound.
I don't know, you have to ask him. I have a hard enough time coaching my team.
Coach, the game in Wichita last year is really positive reaction from the fans, their fans toward you. Any kind of expectations going into Bramlage now for the?
Yes, in all honesty, that's probably, if I had a list of 100 things to worry about, that might be 112. I got one day to get ready for a pretty good team, so I can try to, make sure that I give our guys all the resources that they need to have a chance to win. I mean, if they don't, they don't. What am I going to do? The truth of the matter is, I've been gone for 6 years now. Unless those guys are on the J. Jacobs plan of graduation, they've probably gone.
K-State's defensive style, is it unique at all to what else you've seen throughout the Big 12, or is it?
I thought we played pretty well against the Big 12. They're very physical. They're very physical. They try to push you out of the post rather than front you. We try to front. We're a good coach. We're a good coach. Obviously, Frank did a tremendous job with those guys when he was there. So they've been coached by 2 guys. They know how to coach.
We talk a little bit about the coach and the psychologist, and in particular with Dennis. He said this year has been a tough year, and sometimes people were trying to drag him down. And he said that you were like the only person he could trust, really. And I know you yelled at him and yelled as much, but yet you won him over and were able to keep him going.
Dennis and I have always had a really good relationship. I mean, we had a good relationship when he didn't speak English. I don't know what the hell he was saying. He always hugged me.
I didn't know what you were saying.
That's all right. I didn't know. But, no, I mean, I've been very tempted to save all these letters I get to, the guys that coach better than I do, or know more about Dennis than I know, and our other guys, and maybe just take a month and go evaluate their place of work and what kind of job they're doing, and then write them a letter about what kind of job they're doing, what kind of job their employees are doing, or if they have employees, in some of those cases, probably, how well they cook the French fries at McDonald's. But, you overcook those. I mean, some of them really are just, some of them are kind of laughable, and some of them, you just look at the guy, and you just know the guy's never played basketball, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. And you go on. I mean, the truth of the matter is, in a lot of instances, how are we going to score without Dennis? And the other thing that Harris does is he gets other people open because they have to help him. They just have to help him. And I think Aaron Harris has been a recipient of Dennis, making more than one guy have to guard him. We've gotten shots. I mean, it's not like we haven't gotten shots. I mean, you guys watch us. We've gotten shots. We haven't made enough of them, but we've gotten shots, and he is a huge, huge part of it. And Bob, I'll tell you the other thing that people don't appreciate. He's our best guy at helping on ball screens. He's our only big that can trap a ball screen. Now, does he do it all the time? No, but I mean, the truth is we ask him to do a whole lot of stuff.
Point though is that you could have got down and maybe quit a little bit or sulked or whatever, and it seems like for whatever reason you found some kind of key to not only keep him going, but get him going late this year.
Well, he came in and we talked for whatever, 25 minutes, a half hour. But I mean, Dennis and I have had a lot of, we've had talks for a couple hours sometimes. He's come over to my house and we're sitting out back sometimes, sitting there and talking about a lot of different things. I think that at the end of the day, Bob, Dennis in there, he's not a quitter. Everybody gets frustrated. I may be at the head of the class when it comes to frustration, but he's not a quitter. That's not Dennis. He's just, honestly, Dennis's problem is Dennis is probably too talented. He's too smart. He picks up a gun, he goes and hunts. He's very proficient at that. Shot a wild boar, learning how to fish. He's a talented guy and enjoys a lot of things. Obviously plays the guitar very well. He's a talented guy. Sometimes there's too many things for him to do. He's not a quitter. I never really worried about that.
Anything else?
Coach, how much of a concern is the turnovers on this first game against Texas Tech? There was 18.
Well, we only had 36 in 2 games. If we got to 40, it might be pretty concerning. But, honestly, what do we have? Five illegal screens at Baylor. We were worse today than we were at Baylor, honestly. Not the problem at Baylor was just a tool. There were too many live ball turnovers. We've been good at it. I don't know where we are now, but statistically, we were right towards the top of the Big 12 in the least amount of turnovers, and turnover margin, and all of that kind of stuff. I said this on the radio, when we have worked extremely hard on curls and presenting yourself on curl, presenting yourself on back cut, because we've missed so many layups. We've missed this astronomical amount of layups. And a lot of it is because we just didn't present ourselves, so we didn't get our head off the rim, and we're kind of shooting as we're trying to figure out where the rim is and those kind of things. And then we're up 6, I believe, and we make a back cut, and we deliver the ball finally, and the guy's not even looking. And that blows my mind. It blows my mind after the time that we've spent on that. It's what the hell are you asking me for? Ask them. I don't know. If you keep asking me what they think, how do I know what they think?
Up in all the games, how many times have you walked off this season feeling good about the team's performance?
I don't count that either.
Can you remember any?
I've told you this. You don't listen very well. When I was a kid, we were going down to Denison to play. Phil picked me up, and I said I looked, and he didn't have a rear view mirror. I said, Phil, you have a rear view mirror in this truck? He said, no, we ain't going backwards. And that's how I've lived my life. This will be over with, and if you stop asking questions, Kansas State's on at 7.
I'll try.
Thanks.